Welcome to October at Gasper Cottage, a month which has Halloween in it. Not a thing I do a lot of, but with all these squashes, it's definitely enough to get you in the mood. These were all grown at the far end of the forest garden where we're kind of clearing an area of ground. And anyway, they're great fun. None of these ones are particularly edible, but the butternut squashes have been fab. Had good ones for lunch yesterday. But it's not all fruit. There's lots of flowers left in the garden. And these alstroemeria in the hotbed are just giving and giving and giving. They've been going since May. You've got to love a plant that lasts that long. And the whole bed, yes, things are starting to look a little autumnal, but the berries on the cotoneaster are red, and that is adding to the happy effect of my hotbed. And there is still so much that is gorgeous in this bed. There's a real sense of colour and things hanging on and giving their all right to that last gasp. And things being wrapped in spider's web is all in keeping with the Halloween mood, I think. This orange dahlia really comes into its own this year because the flowers kind of fade back and you get a central boss and then the colour. And the helenium are doing a fantastic second flush. And, Bishop of Llandaff, what a fantastic dahlia. Bright red flowers, deep, dark, very serrated foliage, just glorious. But even in this bed, all the little things along the edges and the corners, everything adds up and creates really a great impact still this late in the year. It's fantastic because at this time of year, it's been a misty day and the sun is now breaking through, but it's still quite atmospheric, I think would be the polite word for it. And you are relying more on grass heads and seed heads and light and shade for the effect. But, in this area, this little geranium is still going, which is fantastic. And in this particular bed, the real star of the October garden is the Verbena bonariensis. Tall, statuesque, the bees love it, and self-seeds and spreads itself around. It's really a question of editing out the ones you don't want rather than adding the ones you do want. Purple against gold. It's a classic combination and we love it. And it helps to frame the view. Everything in this garden helps to frame the view. That's its job. Because the view is always stunning. Even when, as it is this morning, it's pretty shrouded in mist. It's still worth just taking the time and stopping and looking and enjoying the layers of the countryside. The distant hills are almost vanishing, but they are still there. Looking out the other way, you're looking across to the orchard and the meadow and the forest garden, which is filled with fallen leaves and atmosphere and fruit at this time of year. This little viburnum has given so much, and it's fantastic. Got lots of those around, and then the great big rose hips on the Rosa rugosa. But also, it's that view, it's the borrowed view. So these trees are not my trees, but I can enjoy them. Two glorious oaks. The ash at the end is still hanging on. Lots of the ash around has not, but that one is. Those colours and the reflections. Looking back up to the house, you get the mist and the grass across the orchard has completely come back from where it was cut back. Looking down to the railway and out to the field beyond, there is definitely that shift in the colours. We are firmly into autumn. But that is the season when the asters are glorious. So down there by the septic system, there are this fantastic clump of asters interspersed with the persicaria, and it's amazing seen from above, the view beyond and the light on the trees. I love it. But it's not all things like that. You've still got Up in the studio garden, there is still plenty of dahlia action to enjoy. And this big purple one is fantastic. The way it just hovers, those long stems, and it kind of still holds up. It's amazing. But when you get to here, it all starts to turn a little bit more buildery when you come round the corner, because yes, we are expanding. So we are increasing the size of this terrace. That's meant knocking a wall down. It's making quite a mess, but it's all going to come together. So that top of that wall, that will be the ground level out there, and you'll be able to walk out there, which will give you an even better view. The wall seen from below is currently quite high, but there is more ground and earth to come back in, so it won't be quite that tall. It's only about chest high when you get there. And it will be made of our local stone, so hopefully it will all match that back wall of my studio. Below it, there's a bit of railway extension, and then there's going to be an area of bog garden, which Kevin's very keen to explore, but it's quite terrifying at the moment. I'm hoping it's all going to get put back together. Enough mud and destruction. Let's just enjoy a bumblebee enjoying a flower. This is on the arbutus, the strawberry tree. Kind of sleepy bee, but very, very happy, very determined and very focused. Autumn colours. The tinus has shifted, and these late dahlias are really pulling it all together up in the big curved border. And it's not all ending. You know, the nerines are just hitting their stride, and they are a patch of brightness and freshness, which is just a thing of joy.